Yo, what's happening, y'all? About to try to hit this gym real quick, but I want to talk to you about stepdads versus real dads. Matter of fact, you can put it stepmoms versus real moms too, because it's the same. It's not about gender, y'all. When we talk about these things, you know what I mean, how to become better and issues that we deal with in life as human beings, man. It's not about gender, y'all. Y'all got to get up out of that gender warfare, man. Or pointing the finger at this gender, but not your gender and this and that. So stepdads, real dads, stepmoms, real moms. There's no difference at the end of the day. And this is the mindset that you got to have. See, a lot of people will say it's crazy being being a bad real dad, but being a great stepfather. And you're absolutely right. But guess what else is crazy? Guess what else is crazy? Being a real dad and a bad stepfather or stepmother. It both are. We already talked about this shit. Either way, it's bad. So, you know, you got a lot of people out here. I'm glad I looked down at that. You got a lot of people out here who are bad dads, but are good stepfathers, right? And that's a very sad thing. But don't sleep on the fact that you could be a good real dad and a bad stepfather. What am I trying to say? If you get with a woman who has kids and you already got kids, you can do what you want, but I feel you can't be like a great dad and then neglect your stepkids. Why are you even with the woman? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't get with a woman or a dude if you're going to neglect their kids, man. At the end of the day, kids come first, y'all, before all of us adults. At the end of the day, the kids come first. If you don't want to comply and agree, then why deal with people who got kids? Plain and simple, don't deal with it. That's just the way I see it, man. You know, if I get with a woman who has kids, I'm going to treat that kid or kids like my own, man. There's no way around this shit. I don't have the heart to say, well, you're not my kid, but, I like your mom. It don't make sense, man. It just don't. I'm not going to sign up for it. You know what I mean? So if any dude out there, if I ever got with one of your baby moms, your kid's good with me, dog. I'm going to treat your kid like my own, man. And matter of fact, I don't even have to be with a woman. It could be just kids I see out somewhere or something. Hey, can you buy some cigarettes? No, I'm not buying you no cigarettes. You know what I mean? It's just, it don't matter. It's kids anywhere in the world. You got to treat them like your own. It don't matter if you with a woman in a situation or you just out and about in public or whatever. To me, there is no difference between stepdads and real dads. Now, I know a lot of people, they're simping and all that, blah. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody simping shit. At the end of the day, though, if you're going to deal with women who got kids, right, and you're going to be with her, then how the fuck can you not treat the kids like your own? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And I don't even have to speak on people who are being good stepfathers and bad real dads. That really don't make no sense at all. But also, it doesn't make any sense to be a real dad, right, but a bad stepfather. That don't make sense to me either, man. Just my opinion. And I'm not trying to save women from, all they single mothers. I'm not telling men to save them, but I am saying this. And I'm not telling y'all women to save dudes, because it could be vice versa. It could be a dude with kids and a woman could be the breadwinner. She could have all kind of money and the dude get with a woman because she got the money and shit. So I'm not telling nobody to save anybody. But what I am saying is, you know what you're signing up for. I even see some of the real parents neglecting their kids for boyfriends and girlfriends and shit. Like, for instance, a dude might get with a girl because he knows that the kids are with the dad, so he ain't got to deal with them. To me, I'm the type of dude that's like, let's go get your kids. Why can't we kick it with your kids? Or Spend some time with your kids and type of shit. But a lot of dudes, to them, it's like they licking their chops. Like, the kids are with their dad. I ain't got to worry about them. And nah, that don't work that way. If the woman got kids, then, or the guy got kids, you got to accept that shit. I see a lot of women doing this shit too. You know, they want the dude, but they don't want nothing to do with the dude's kids, right? But they want that dude to raise her kids and take care of her kids. That shit ain't cool, y'all. They kids, man. You know, at the end of the day, they're fucking kids, man. We gotta take care of them. You know, they can't take care of themselves. Plain and fucking simple. All I know is this. If I have say I had a kid by somebody and we broke up and she get with another guy, I would hope that dude will have the same mindset as me. Like, this is your kid's good, you ain't got shit to worry about. You know what I mean? That's what I would hope. You know, but, you know, a lot of people don't want to follow by the rules, man. You know, I just don't see how you could do it, man. It's not the kid's fault. At the end of the day, it's none of these kids' fault. They ain't asked to be here, you know, regardless, you know. And if you don't agree with the shit, then be a man or a woman about it and wait until you find somebody that you want that don't have kids. See, a lot of y'all don't want to do that, though. You don't want to be that grown woman or man, but you want the benefits and shit. So you go ahead and get with somebody with kids and shit like that, you know, but you don't want nothing to do with their kids. That just doesn't register. And the people who are the parents, you should really be kind of like ashamed, because why are you even dealing with somebody who don't want to accept your kids? A lot of men are guilty of this more than women. This is why you see great stepfathers but bad dads. A lot of times that woman don't be man, you probably fucking with your baby mama and shit like this. And the man don't want to lose the girl, so he picks the girl. Hey, that's nasty. It's a car like mine, but it's white. You know, I'm going black on black, but I'll give it to him. That's nice. The dude don't want to pick. The dude is basically picking the girl over his damn kids. Is what's going on. Because it's impossible for you to be this, unless he's acting or he's doing it because there's some benefit. But other than that, how you this great stepfather, but not a real dad? That doesn't make sense to me. The only thing I could think of is that dude is picking that woman over his kids is what he's doing. Some are going to say, oh, the baby mama this, and that's why I treat this one different than that one. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I don't care if I hated my baby mama to the moon and back. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about the kids. It ain't about her. So I don't want to hear that, oh, I'll treat this one different than that one because the baby mama. Fuck that. I'm not letting that get in the way if I have kids. Nothing's getting in the way of me being great to kids if I have kids. Nothing. And even if they not my kids, nothing is getting in the way of that. Not the color of their skin, none of that shit. That's another thing. A lot of people, well, they black or they white or this or that. It doesn't matter, man. They kids, man. At the end of the day, they all fucking same. You know? Imagine if I had black kids and, oh, I don't want you hanging around on white kids. That's crazy. But guess what? It happens every fucking day. It happens every fucking day. Teaching kids to hate each other and shit. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm all for these are my kids. You know, everything, nothing comes before my kids, blah, blah, blah. We know how the story go. But that's all right. I still got more love to spread to other people. Just because nothing comes before my kids, you know, if I had kids, don't mean I can't show the same type of love to other people's kids. If they in my life, if they happen to be in my life at the time, or my bubble, you know what I mean? They getting the same treatment, man. I always say, like, if I owned the business and I had kids and the kids work there, granted, I would probably pay my kids more because they're my kids, right? But they gonna work just as hard as everybody else. It ain't gonna be, well, you my kid, you can just have them do everything and you good. Nah, fuck that. You might get a bigger check than them because you my kid, right? But your ass gonna work just as hard as them. If not, you know what? I might even expect more out of you. Because you're gonna be the one owning this shit one day, not them. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let y'all go on this shit. All I'm saying is stepdads and real dads, same fucking thing. There is no difference at the end of the day. There's no fucking difference. And I believe that with all my heart. There's no difference between stepmoms and real moms. The mentality is what I'm saying. Now, granted, I know this is my kid, this ain't, or this is his kid, or whatever. We know this, but the mentality should not be that way. You know what I mean? What if I got with a girl that got kids, and then we have a kid? Oh man, but I'm gonna treat my kid different than the other ones? It don't make sense, people. To me, my mindset off rip automatically is I would have never got with the girl that had kids if I wasn't willing to look at the kids as my own. That's just me. Like, why put yourself in that position if you're not going to be true to the position? It just doesn't make sense. Nobody's putting a gun in anybody's head saying that you got to get with people with kids. What's happening is people are desperate and using people, lying, deceiving, and all this other shit. Which speaks on their character anyway, which probably explains why they would have favorites and all this and all that. I was talking to somebody once, not too long ago. They said they got a favorite grandkid and shit. I'm like, nah. I don't see myself doing that, man. Even if I knew this grandkid was probably heading somewhere more than the other ones, you know what I mean? Because they listening and they seem like they doing everything right and shit. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna be like, well, you my favorite grandkid now, and the rest are just different. Nah, I'm gonna love them all the same, man. Got to. Because if anything, the ones that are struggling and acting bad and cutting up and shit, they might need my love a little bit more. Not saying I would love them more, but they might actually need me more than the other one. The other one seemed like he got to figure it out, or she got to figure it out. No, I'm not choosing no favorite. You my favorite grandkid out of all of them. That's just, I don't get it, man. Maybe that's just me, y'all. Maybe that's just me. But I'm going to let y'all go, man. You know, it is crazy that you're seeing a lot of men treating or being a great stepdad, but not a real dad. You know, and somebody said because of growth, they grew or some shit in life. It don't matter. Okay, even let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you grew and became a better man. Now, why aren't you going back and being a father and making up for that? That ain't got shit to do with it. That motherfucker ain't grew shit. You know what I mean? Or they would have. They're like, I got my mind right now. I need to make up with my kid and go be a great dad. There's no way you could convince me that this shit's legit, because no way you could be a real dad or a stepdad, but not a real dad. It just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't make sense. I don't think anybody with a right mind and genuine intentions would be able to pull some shit like that off. How the fuck could you? I don't see it. I don't see it, people. I'm gonna let y'all go, though. Trying to get in here. The kids come first, y'all. Stop doing this shit to these kids, man. You know what I mean? They need y'all, man. A lot of y'all that fucked up. You fell by the sword. Don't let them fall. Try to stop them from falling by the sword. You know what I mean? Try to stop the kids. They got a whole future ahead. You fucked yours up. Well, a lot of y'all still can recover. But just saying, like, maybe you made bad decisions. You can't make it to the NBA and shit. That don't mean they can't. You know what I'm saying? Be there for them, man. That's what we're here for. That's what we're created for. To help the other generation behind us. Don't worry about what I'm looking at. I'm looking at something. I'll fuck with y'all. Let me get in this gym, y'all. Y'all have a